and Tapo. We also plead for the upgrading of other deplorable feeder roads in the constituency. Furthermore, we appeal for the extension of electricity to communities without it, particularly the western part of the constituency. But, Mr. Vice President, our most pressing concern is youth unemployment. We employ your office to grant small-scale mining concessions to our youth in line with your government's policy immediately. This will provide employment opportunities and boost livelihoods. We stress that this concession should be granted without delay, as our youth are eager to contribute to the nation's development. As a district, we have no mortuary in any of our hospitals. We are therefore seeking your high office to, as matter of agency, complete the mortuary at Nadowli District Hospital. This will release us out of the many troubles we go through in preserving our dead bodies. We are also pleading with you, Your Excellency, to give the constituency a health training institution when you become president. Mr. Vice President, we pledge the support of the chiefs and good people of Nadowli Kaleo Constituency to vote massively for you to become the President of the Republic of Ghana. We believe in your leadership and vision for the nation. However, we kindly remind you that our constituency should not be forgotten after your victory. We accept continued support and development in our area. Thank you for your attention to our concerns. We wish you a successful campaign tour and look forward to your presidency. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much, representative of the traditional authorities. With your permission, chiefs and elders, our religious leaders, Your Excellency, I have a singular honor to introduce to us the dignitaries in the Vice President's entourage. We have from my right, Honorable Alhaj Isaac Mimuni Tahiru, the MC for one municipal. Next to him is Joseph Kwayaja, who is the Deputy National Organizer of the New Patriotic Party. We have Honorable Kojo Poku, who contested with our flag bearer here with him. We have Eric Boedu, he was a parliamentary aspirant in the Asin Central constituency. Next to him is Haruna Mohammed, Deputy General Secretary of the New Patriotic Party. We have Honorable Dr. Jele, also in the entourage. We have our regional chairman Alhaj Abdurrahman Abdul Aziz, popularly known as Chairman White. We have Hajia Bibi, who is Deputy CEO, Northern Development Authority. Also in our midst, we have Honorable Salifu Said, aka Honorable SS, Senior Campaign Aide to His Excellency, the flag bearer. In our midst, we have Dr. Susanna Allo, a senior campaign aide to our flag bearer. We have in our midst the third vice national chairman of the New Patriotic Party, Alhaj Mashoud, aka Chairman Buga Buga. Also in our midst, we have the Honorable DCE for the Nadowli Kaleo District, Honorable Catherine Lankono. In our midst, we have the Honorable Regional Minister of the Upper West Region, Honorable Stephen Yakubu. We also have in our midst the Member of Parliament for the Nadowli Constituency, Honorable Ambrose Derry, who is also a Minister of State. We have your son and the parliamentary candidate of the New Patriotic Party for the Nadowli Kaleo Constituency, Honorable Francis Xavier Kombotu. Our revered chiefs, religious leaders, I have the singular honor to introduce to us the leader and flag bearer of the New Patriotic Party, His Excellency, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia. Thank you very much, our revered chiefs, religious leaders here in present. With your permission, I invite the Honorable DC to give us a brief word for the engagement. Honorable Kate Lankono.
Mama beautiful.
Can I say Kukrudu? Kukrudu! Kukrudu! I'm saying Kukrudu because the chiefs have assured us that they were going to vote for us. So we are in a comfortable space. Kukrudu! My elders, my chiefs, my religious leaders across the entire constituency. My regional minister, second vice national chairman, Honorable Ambrose Derry, MP for Nandom, my parliamentary candidate, my parliamentary candidate, Francis Xavier Kambatu, our incoming President for 2025, Honorable Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. On this note, after the protocols, let me speak the guy because we are home. Mbamine, Pawanamine, Tiyidierba, Assembly members, and Vichem. Zinga, ya emare dare. Mbate kadida nyeta asenga. Tamanyireta tiyoyo. Chezi ngati walanta asenga. Awuleka duo hisumbiele. Ka duo hisonna wala. Ka wayenka ke tuo hiti danda okoturo. Awo ana onta akuti ayiringa. Ya meheza baye ana retiza biye abaye kuo balon numbiri bambola senyera kapa tibile wo na mbanye chemle mi mbanye empa tetina mora kabane anambanye ne wawre na biebe neza ananye otuore tinamlele kabana votu kuti ananso me tizamba ma yenso ka titade nuore ay katina voting tinakaye tizimbo wala mwaka tiswele dabe 2016 wala kati yi de da be 2016 ti du hi da nyere ko 2016 ti bi hi da ba de yere akana 2016 ti ma bi da nyere asere te ampiele te chase compounds ani yala jama anatin naka acha banka awo party o we nkoto awo party o we yiri malo aka alezu a vote to Honorable Francis Kambatu, a vote Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, come December 7th, 2024.
Thank you, Honorable Kate Lankono. We now invite Honorable Ambroseri to engage us.
Thank you, Secretary. Excellency, I want to talk to my people in our language. By woman can you MP for Nando? Lenari. What can you come to say? The Gatis, we don't come from locations. Do you know that? Now, Alban Bagbin is my brother. He's a Benini. Samkaba is my brother. Right? We migrated from Nato. No. Norum. Migrated from Norum. Magdabe's family. And a few, when I was a young lawyer, one day my father called me and said, are you? Why? I never see you going around with our ladies. So I met a very beautiful lady from Loho. And we started talking. But anytime we were going to meet, something happened. So Kambuteka, Daddy, you told me that there's a lady I've seen from where he said, where? I said, I don't know. Call her. I called her. Where are you from? He said, Loho. He said, I should ask which family. He said, Loho Chiefs Palace. He said, I should run very fast. It's not going to happen. What I'm trying to establish, Kayabanka, Kalora, Kanando, Kazinga, Titinganale, Kamal Leche, never let the market, and I wouldn't tell you how many of my cousins came here to marry and we had disaster. Let me tell you one interesting one. When we came, Kabaika Cow Control, and my brother was weeping. So our leader of the delegation said, Kabamo, do you know what the Nadowli people told us? Kabamo, check out the Pogania, Chebi, Charoleme. So we couldn't do anything. So then why can't we yell Kawakaria? Yentin na pili, Tina pile te ba. Chato Kaleo Zie. Lenani, unam peel politics. Uyonda nani, with a peel any SD Dongo. Uyonda nani, with a peel any Abe Fakabu. Pike Adama, Bazari pile. Bomba the Bora, but the Bora cover up. Kati Sazuche, Yelema. Another then, Kabada force. Kain Kurma Daputi free education mama can command Kuti. Lenani Northern People's Party Yele come before governor join independence. Save Kamakoti free education. Check Kuti an organization to take care of our development. Since then, to free education in Kurmana Kotini, Ubakibi, Ubewa, because the URS school fees to be one Gare schools are. Zene, among the young putin, Kati get a Bambini party la UP, the Bambini party la MPP. Chepa Bambi at Nieza, but could deal Nieza ye check. Koye flat bearer. Chan the Pilini, the first election, Northern People's Party, the highest seats, Bandene, SD Domoneka, Kapuna Vane, he would have been the leader, Ondiko. Professor Buzia. Zine, Namun Kutinieni Antati Kumi Ditini, and he is professor. He's not a professor. He is Alaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. John Mama de Yakutin, that if we are genuine about the North, make Bawumia the presidential candidate. We have made Bawumia the presidential candidate. So what should we do? What is the next thing to do?
Vote for him.
We vote for him. And I'm coming to give testimony that I started by establishing the relationship that we have. And I'm telling you, my people, that for effective development, which we already started experiencing under President Akufo-Addo, Ziri, Yelmala, in your minute, under Manya Power, our Tazini, boom, Kabana Malukret, even Kabana di Power, bon two Mama Kote, Yinem, bon two Mama Kote, Bambi Power Zie, Wata, President Akufo-Addo, to the nearest police appear, to the nearest immigration appear, to the nearest fire service appear, to the nearest nursing appear, to the nearest teaching appear. Zame, if you listen to the media budget, they've told you about other vacancies that are coming up. So, Bonka Moka Yogi, Kati Biena, Kati Yonga, Utu Tumaka, Kati Num Tu. Aboni at the Bamine, at Tato Kalomine, a Dombo Mine, a Befa Cabin Mine, a Bika Damine and a Boro Kamayuti. At the Piena, at the Doga, at the Serna, on a tire, at Malo, at Ganzina. Yamasaglen. Yes, I am a little cow. That's why it's so, Pampana, Yanta. 2024, 7 December, never in a one cover up. There are others, but we know that the two important ones are the NDC, MPP. On the MPP, the Bamine Party is allowed Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Great, you've seen the great things he has done as Vice President. John Obey President, and then NDC, John Mahama. He has ever been president. Now, by the constitution, Kokuna one, Kua, Katidiko, you man Nario Unamaga. You man Nario Unamaga. Chief, you want to point near and a president when a year enough. Check on a year enough this time. And I'm calling before Kalawa at his year. Karai Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Unabanga you may need. Che John L. Unaga you may not. Che Undaga you may not. In fact, the Ganga you may not because milk the beer, Koa, before you may not. Bon Unto Chen. Bon one in a dolly chen. Bon one in a top of baby. Who was that? Zero. So, one of our of school 4 years. Bona wani, ti bawo record. Bona wani. Check pampana ngaya. Ti bambuni President Akufo-Addo ani Alhaji Dr. Bawumia wani. Lenalibi. The chiefs have told us. My sister has told us. Check. Unapata fangasari. Article 58 Buleka. All the power is in the hands of the president. And President Akufo-Addo has done well for us. He is going. Now, after him, who do we get? We get this man. He builds on what Akufo-Addo has brought. That's the time when I tell for any. So when John Mama had the Article 58 plan, what was that? So never more cancer here. You take a bill, can the buy every year? In woman. So I want us to be clear. Ka election over. Attending a check. Your man not team be you man need. Your man not team be you man need. Your man not team be you man need. Tom, your man not John Mama Lele. Your man need Alhaji Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Check a tablet in the guard. You be me. Not the People's Party, you're not the baby. There was a Muslim representative group also there. So this man, our brother, is combining two things. Northerner, Muslim. Yaga. Acha timnia amusen that is a bena lebanai tizabana a yezwa a virgin birth na wana le yezu tizasana a yezu na lawa. So at the different men a donga wula o men church is kote o don't many a church o da chena tinye o da chena Vatican ni ambo busy so azamiana. So mbori sorry. Tina vote kwa Bawumia bitu ku vote ko. Tina vote ku tizenduri nyawa. Zenduri nya. Ni baraka. So Bawumia Francis. Bawumia Francis Xavier. But before I go, you talked about license for mining. He will tell you that's his policy. But before then, my brother had come to me. I informed the Minister for Lands. You went to see him, isn't it? As at the last time we met, he said there was one for you and one for Boko. So just give you an idea that, yes, under President Alhaji Dr. Bawumia to happen. But it's already happening because we know what he has. So,
Thank you, Honorable Ambroseri, the boss himself. We now invite the Honorable Parliamentary candidate, Honorable Francis Xavier, to engage the gathering.
So, Your Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Regional Minister, 10th National Vice Chairman of our great party, our Honorable DC, my very able Regional Chairman, other protocols duly observed. Tizimane, Aviation, Gatuma, so inko yeri yala yaga bonso atene challe bon imma impiama Catherine Lankono, the Honorable DC 9 years. Katene challe bon imbial Honorable Ambrose Dare 9 years. Yella yala Nadowli Kaleo ntiar azir awala manga mayelinka Kanong wata babo development. The line yamba manye kando wa mine baton. Cheje lumangati manye linkati be puari. Tibena puari. Ngana ziri asoro. Kaka tenendi basic schools for instance, private school tibira mangarana. Iri sakuye na Roman Catholic Church amme. Iri anaba. Chali ya sorti Nadowli Kaleo district sakuye na mbebe tibibir sakuye na awala ka MPP government 1 awala ka NDC government 1 maya ndiye za bangem banka bonnan na bangani tinumitor bonnan na ben karbio kar bankar taye bio onana saku MPP government badi saku ga on yel diana ka tinin na yer bibir banda bama mala bundire kuraba bandire sku ma sangana abir manga sku ka kongo bebe banye woyir ako mina tinga pila an manyele sakuye min zanen beti palonga apenza more than 60% ka woyira sakuye na min der mesa de mina mambeba apenza MPP party wana benvan Bango banka saku gabu taya tonozui abantenem baw minzui ayekate wala asanga na banyeka free exchange no bebe before 2017 na yel mangana na ar ya bamma banka hati chanama headmaster nama would have free. Kumo Ghana Zim Rebe Kawo, Kade North, Kawu were already enjoying free SHS before 2017. Yen Mangana. Not true. But Bella, they never enjoy any free SHS. Unless I am the man in the visa fees. Are you 2017 one and Timbala Dibieza Pompier? Can me at Tinzab Pianan and Betty Yirnan, Sana Kanaka, Pelika, be a lorry for Yombaga school. I'm a baby piana. Yet a van and Soram, in Babine, in Sabine, Namine, Ponamine, assemblement in Bangam Banka, voting yella, NDC, Ubena, Upeninting Accord. Chaman Bang, come Marian near Zaman Sagam Banka, Abiba and Sonte. Take pellet now near you na sorbo, mana sora. Can you na Yeso Tenimba? Yeso war party nimba. Check on Nadowli Kaleo Kati vote for His Excellency Dr. Bawumia. I vote for my MBA Francis Xavier Kambotu. Yabanya so bimbuyen timbe atu yomo bunyen lezard ani pie ani ayi timbe 32 good years. We have never changed. We have never appreciated the effort of this particular party. Yet we have had a number of developmental projects from this particular party, from this government. Isn't it time for us to also say thank you to MPP? When will that time be? It is 2024. Nur Timbela Prayer. Kay Yunga, Yatavan Kawab Wala resource, Katakar Pedia at Ikono. Entire Cello, Capon Yela Pote. Yavan Yunga, Kayan and Changi. Yabanya Yela Zir Minen, Yaka Munta Bie, Kube School, Kabakalas, Umanya 50%, Jamu Kunana first. And next time, Kunan Latinya 40%, Chebi Zabala Yabuza, Una Lena first. Kara Abiana not to get a Kuba school, Yanabana Punyana 30%. I will cut Anna's class now, Bazaar by Nawala, but failing Anna Pointing Bay as Nadowli Kaleo. Also, competition Zabache. Kibata Bunzatim Bola competition. Timabiri NDC and Kogo. In fact, War Party Bida Wagairma, Kandia, India War Party, where Karupe 2024 license. No man Yaman alias or Maka Okando. War Badua, Kambo Golia MP, Canadoli against. You know, Kamuwa Yella, Leulka, Tenea, Kavapan Tungaka or Baton, but the seat is theirs. For that matter, nobody cares. Bomozum Hundabama Iragati, Chon Line, Baby, Kalimanati, what did you need Kunubiri, Adikuniakana, Maluzum and Carmela, Yomo, Teyenale, Ambayitona, Yuna, Yavan come to Sobi you. Catherine to serve you. Canamo yere tonapote. Yuma narva yaratawa. Kayuma narum wata. Karwanyaka be yitonapote. Kananta Karlegabe. Karlega. Che, Junaya. Yavan Kansa, Dr. Bawumia, who Pelepa. Yavan Kansa, Xavier Kambotu, who Pelepa. Sorbotin Sore. Yavan Kalaya Apote. In Sabine, in Bananiana, poor Manchuro. Anaka, honorable Ambroderway. Dabiam Bachebe, entire Cello, Kanubana, poor man Turuna, Kayanin Tiamata, Kanli MP, and nothing more Kanyana Kaleo, and nothing more Kanyet Yirna, Menpiamo, Tinanya, Kampu, Honorable Ambrosdare, Barca, Yella, Achazia Kana, Acharan and Community Mining Consortium, and Tiaka, Yelangana Wapil, Katir Bipola, Appeal as Zoretarama, and Yelena Kumbandi, Ayelana Gane. So present in the Bantu. ka ayala nga atuanyi ayisong apote tinatuna pur mampo ma inquiama Catherine Lampono timpi lam yarana pelena mande zogate pago oba burina inna pago olia tirno bebire kam mo chesi wata minister nanan kara yele zuna kakarwa ga pago inna waga office o vene abolbe kazienya of course inna adbira tuna tumana timinenda gabe apala na minemine o pile abinne be ana uye ka bayeka Nadowli kanen boko ana uye pote en ko yele yala gator chamboran ke banka intana nuba biarga anen nuba na zana turo ke excellency the vice president ba ina nuba nan chella ke pelle so chellu benabe ka ke nan tiyama ke nan ban ko pelepa kam pelepa ke malo na temborana tinuna kwa ya ba
Thank you, Honorable Francis Xavier. I now have the singular honor to invite the leader and flag bearer of the new Patriotic Party to speak with his people. Thank you.
Thank you very, very much. Your Royal Majesties, our chiefs, paramount chiefs, divisional chiefs, queen mothers, our elders, our pastors, our imams. I am so happy and thankful to be with you in Nadowli this evening. Now, I am here in my capacity as the presidential candidate of the new Patriotic Party for this 2024 elections. When I was trying to contest for the leadership of the new Patriotic Party, I came here. I went to our father's house, Nadowli Kaleo's house, because it means so much to our tradition in the new Patriotic Party. Because the new Patriotic Party today, its roots come from the Northern People's Party. That is, without the Northern People's Party, you won't have the new Patriotic Party today. So if I was going to contest for the leadership of the new Patriotic Party, I felt I had to come for the blessings of our people. And that is why I came home to inform you that I was going to contest and to ask for your blessings, and you gave me your blessings. Many people thought that the new Patriotic Party will not elect me to be the leader. They said it was not possible, because the MPP has never elected someone from the north to be the leader. So it will not happen. But I said, it is only God who chooses leaders. Not man, but God. And if God says it will happen, then it will happen. It is possible. God can make everything possible. So I had that courage, and we went into the contest. There were 10 of us in the contest. 9 of us were from the south, and 1, only me, was from the north. But the party, because of the work I have already done as vice president, the party, which is predominantly in terms of membership more in the south, the party decided overwhelmingly by 61%, the highest for any presidential, first-time presidential contestant, the highest, the party decided to vote for me to be the leader and the flag bearer and presidential candidate for the new Patriotic Party. And it also showed the unity of our country, because many people said that I will not be elected because I am Muslim,
because a Muslim has never been president of Ghana. I said, if Allah says it will be, it will be. And the Christians joined the Muslims and voted for me to be leader. It is possible. And so we are a united country because we have a lot of religious tolerance. This election, my fathers and my mothers, my brothers and my sisters, this election is a unique election. The 2024 election is a unique election because for us, the outcome is predetermined in a way because it means that whoever of the two main candidates, myself, Dr. Bawumia, and former President Mahama, both of us come from the north. So it is a matter of fact that the president of Ghana is going to come from the north. That is clear. And in this context, it is unique. We've never had that type of election in Ghana before, where the two candidates of both parties come from the north. So you all have an important decision to make, to decide which of your two sons should be president. Which of yours? But for me, the decision should not be a difficult one. Because one of us, former President Mahama, has been president before. It's not now that you are going to think of what will he do as president. He has already been president before. Article 58 of our Constitution gives the president all the power under our Constitution. If he says build here, they will build. Provide this, they will provide. That is the power of the presidency. It's very, very strong in our Constitution. John Mahama has been president. And for us in the north, we should ask, when he was president, what did he do for us? That is what we should ask. Nothing. It is very important. He set up Savannah Accelerated Development Authority, SADA, as the vehicle to develop the north. They spent hundreds of millions of dollars in SADA. Hundreds of millions in SADA. The question is, in Nadowli Kaleo, can you point to one SADA project? One. Just one SADA project. There's none. In fact, there's no SADA project in any of the 5 northern regions. The whole, you can't see one. We asked them what they used the money for. They said they were rearing guinea fowls, which flew to Burkina Faso. We couldn't find the guinea fowls. Under his government, not one road in 8 years of NDC government, not one road was completed in the Upper West region. 8 years. The whole of Upper West, 8 years of government, not one major road. The whole of Upper West, they couldn't finish one road in 8 years of government. So you see the governance. He had to cancel teacher training allowance, had to cancel nursing training allowances, even had to cancel Arabic teachers allowance. Even chalk in school was a problem. And we had to contend with 4 years of doom so. 4 that collapsed many industries. And this is the circumstances under which he was voted out of power in 2016. We promised in 2016 when we were coming in that we will implement free senior high school education. We believed it was possible. I told the president, it is possible. We can do it. Many people did not believe it. Many in the NDC said free SHS was 419. They said President Mahama said if he had that money, he would not spend it on free SHS. But we believed that it was possible. And we implemented free SHS in our very first year, 2017 budget. We implemented free SHS. And it has gone on for the last 8 years. The impact of free SHS is massive. I knew from the beginning that amongst all the regions in Ghana, the northern regions, which are the poorest regions, will be the biggest beneficiaries of free SHS in Ghana. And that has proven to be so. From independence in 1957 to 2016, 60 years of independence, we had 800,000 students in senior high school. 60 years. When we brought free SHS, the number increased in 7 years from 800,000 to 1.4 million students. So in 60 years, we had 800,000. In just 7 years, we added 600,000. It tells you that there were many people who were not going to school because of school fees. But now we have had more students going. But what is interesting, when you look at the enrollment in senior high school last year, the 16 regions, you look at the enrollment, the top 5 regions are the 5 northern regions. This is the highest enrollment into senior high school.
Hello. Yes, the top 5. Hello. Hello. Yeah. So the top 5 regions in enrollment in senior high school came from the 5 northern regions. We topped the country. But it shows that we are the poorer part of Ghana and we need more of our children to go into senior high school. And that is what has happened. In addition to the free senior high school, our government, we also implemented free TVET to help our students go into technical and vocational education. We restored the teacher training allowances. We restored the nursing training allowances. We restored the Arabic teachers allowances. This is all, in our first day. We did all of this. We brought one village, one dam to help our farmers. I know in Nadowli Kaleo we have over 10 dams, small one village, one dams that we have built that are operational. We have brought Agenda 111, building 111 hospitals in Ghana, the highest of any government since independence. We have done that. We have brought many feeder roads in our rural areas, and I know that in Nadowli Kaleo you will see a lot of feeder roads. Mobile money interoperability that you talked about, we have brought it. We brought the Ghana card. Today you can renew your national health insurance from your mobile phone at home. It's very, very easy. And we have networked all the hospitals in Ghana, from the teaching hospitals to the regional hospitals to the district hospitals. These 3 hospitals categories have all been networked, and all the patients records have been digitalized. So if they refer you from Nadowli Kaleo to Kolebu, you don't need to carry your folder. When you get to Kolebu, just give them your ID number, they'll put it in the computer, and all your medical records will appear for the doctors in Kolebu. We are moving this country. We are moving this country very much in leaps and bounds. But what will Dr. Bawumia do if by the grace of God he becomes president of this country? First of all, my policies are focused in a number of areas, but I'll mention just a few. The rest, the details will come out next month in our manifesto. But first of all, I'm very much going to be focused on agriculture. Agriculture and the help to our farmers is the key to increasing food production, reducing food prices, and generating more employment. If you look at our productivity, and I've been looking at it very carefully, you look at our competitors in countries like Brazil, China. For an acre of maize, in Brazil they produce 10 tons, in China 12 tons, in Ghana 4. So our productivity is much lower. So what are they doing right in Brazil and China that we are not doing? So we are going to bring the best practices and help our farmers to increase productivity. We want to give them machinery, tractors, access to those machinery in every district, so that easy access to tractors, easy access to inputs. We believe, and the research shows, that soil fertility using lime is more effective than even using the traditional fertilizers, and it preserves. And we have a lot of limestone in Ghana, and we want to use a lot more lime in the soil fertility area for our farmers. And we want to get aggregators, super aggregators for each of the 16 regions to be buying produce from the farmers, at reasonable and good prices, so that the farmers know when they produce, there will be someone to buy from them, and they will not go to waste. So we'll have super aggregators in each of the 16 regions to help buy food from the farmers. So agric is going to be one major focus of mine. And for us in the north, agric is the mainstay of our economy. The second area that I want to focus on is power, so the issue of electricity. I believe that every community should be on the national grid. We should bring all communities on board. I know there are many communities in Nadowli Kaleo that are not even wired as we speak.
So many communities in Nadowli Kaleo Constituency don't have access to electricity. We want to rectify it, to give every community access. But at the same time, I want to reduce the cost of electricity for our people. Cost of electricity is too high. So how am I going to reduce the cost of electricity? I want Ghana to move away from generating electricity through oil and gas to generating electricity through solar power. The sun, God has given it to us for free. And I want us to use solar power, bring in 2,000 megawatts of solar power. That is more than 50% of our consumption. And we will bring down the cost of electricity by at least 50%. And that will help our people. Then I want to move to a new mining policy. If you look at our mining policy over the years, I don't think it has benefited us, the Ghanaians. It hasn't. So the problem with our mining policy is what has resulted in a lot of what we call galamsey. But I want to empower the small-scale miners. They can make a lot of money. Geological Survey Department estimates that about 5 billion ounces of gold have not yet been explored. But you see that all the major new gold discoveries are happening in the northern part of Ghana. This is where the new discoveries are. But I believe that our policy should empower the small-scale mining sector. We should do more community mining schemes, and I'm going to provide resources to the Geological Survey Department. They can find out exactly where the gold is, so that you are not doing trial and error. You know when we give you this concession, there is gold there when you take. So we want to empower the small-scale sector by giving them the licenses. And also I will be setting up a minerals development bank. Just like we have a Greek development bank, we're going to have a minerals development bank. That bank, once the bank knows that you are mining in an area with proven reserves, they will lend you money to buy whatever machinery you need to buy, because they know you will get the gold and you will pay it back. So we are going to have a minerals development bank that will help our small-scale miners, and that will really empower them, and all that gold will be sold to the Bank of Ghana or to the PMMC or to the Minerals Income and Investment Fund. So we want to empower, and for the concessions that are identified by the Geological Survey Department, we are giving them 100% to Ghanaians. That is where we want to empower our people, so that they will have the concessions and be able to do that. So I am very optimistic about the future. I know that Nadowli Kaleo is looking for, the youth are looking for a community mining scheme, and I think the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources has promised that he will sign that license very soon for the youth to happen. But I expect, when I'm president, that we will have even more community mining schemes in Nadowli Kaleo. That is the strategy I want to take. Once we have Geological Survey determine that this is it, we will empower our youth. They will be dollar millionaires. We want them to be dollar millionaires. That is how we are going to grow this country. That's how we are going to create jobs. And we will bring in common user facilities. Right now, when they mine through the rudimentary methods that they mine, the tailings, they only get about 30% of the gold out of it. But we are going to provide common user facilities, so that when they bring out the gold, they can get out more out of it from the equipment we will be providing. They'll get up to 90% out, rather than the 30% they are getting now. So we are going to help and empower our small-scale miners. There's also one thing that I am bringing to Ghana by the grace of God, and that is known as a credit system. The credit system is what operates in the advanced countries. In the advanced countries, people just don't go and use cash to buy anything they want. They have a credit system. If you want to buy a fridge, you buy and pay small. If you want to buy a car, you buy it and pay it maybe over 5 years or 6 years. You pay small. You want to buy a house, you buy, but you pay it over 30 years. You pay small. In Ghana, our workers and the public, we suffer a lot because we don't have a credit system. We don't have a credit system. If you are a teacher and you want to buy a car, you have to look for all the money and go and buy the pay cash for the car. If you want to buy a fridge, you have to look for all the money and go and pay cash for the fridge. That doesn't happen abroad. So life is harder for us because we don't have a credit system. So in 2010, I wrote a book and said, Ghana needs a credit system. This was in 2010, before I came into office. I said, Ghana needs a credit system. But abroad, they are able to have the credit system because they have a few things in place. They have an identity system in place, they have an address system in place, and they have bank accounts for almost all their people. So when we came into office, I said, let's do the identity system. We have done the Ghana card. Let's do the address system. We have done the digital address. Let's get everybody a bank account. We have done mobile money interoperability. With mobile money interoperability, your Momo account is like a bank account. Most people don't even go to the bank anymore because they can do all their transactions on their Momo account. So right now, as we are in Ghana, we have satisfied the key requirements for a credit system. And everybody is going to have a credit score. And in the very near future, hopefully before the end of this year, Ghana is going to launch a credit scoring system that will allow our workers to get credit for almost everything that we want to get, that they are willing to provide credit for. And that is what is going to be a game changer for Ghana and will reduce the suffering of our workers. And we will be, in sub-Saharan Africa, will be the second country after South Africa to do an individual credit scoring system and bring in a credit system. And so that is where I want to take Ghana. That is where I want to take Ghana. The third, the additional policy I want to bring is to bring in a close relationship between the government and the chiefs. We have made a mistake over the years. We have kept the chiefs away from governance. That has been a mistake. Government and the chiefs should work together to govern this country. And I believe that we should amend Section 63 of the Chieftaincy Act to give more power to the chiefs. There are many cases that go to court and clog the court system that can be resolved in your palaces if you're given the appropriate support. That can be resolved in your palace. We have to amend Section 63. We have to codify the lines of succession of all the skins and souls. Then it will be digitalized and codified so that nobody can come and claim that they are a royal or entitled to a skin that they are not entitled. When we don't codify it, you keep having rogue claimants over skins. So we are going to work with the judicial committees of the House of Chiefs so that we can codify the lines of succession. The third element in empowering the chieftaincy institution is that we want to pay living allowances to our chiefs. Living allowances to our chiefs. Right now, we only pay the paramount chiefs, and they are not living allowances. 1,000 cedis a month, even to attend the meeting and come back, it may not get you there. So we are coming up with a proposal that to empower the chieftaincy institution to help government, we have to pay living allowances. But we are not going to restrict the payment only to the paramount chiefs. We are going to pay the divisional chiefs and pay the queen mothers as well, so that they can all work together. So this is the reform in the area of chieftaincy that I want to bring. I also want to bring the churches and the Islamic institutions closer to government. The faith-based institutions, the churches and the Islamic institutions, I believe they do so much for the country. But we also don't use them enough. The churches and the Islamic institutions, the faith-based institutions, they build a lot of schools, a lot of hospitals. But we don't give them any incentives. The incentives we give are more to our external development partners. When the external development partners come and they want to do a project in Ghana, we say, oh, for you, you can bring in your goods duty-free. But when a church or an Islamic institution is wanting to build a school and they bring in material, they will say you have to pay duty. But I believe that the churches and the faith-based institutions are even more important development partners than the external development partners. So I am going to designate the churches and the faith-based institutions as development partners who will be entitled to the same incentives that we give to the external development partners in terms of trade duty and so on. So that is going to be very, very big change in what we are doing. The other part, my mothers and fathers, that we hear about is the discussion on LGBTQ+, where men are supposed to be allowed to marry men and women are supposed to be marrying women. I just want to make it clear that that practice will never be tolerated under a Bawumia president. We will never allow that. Our religions don't allow it, whether it's Islam or Christianity. It will never happen. Our culture doesn't allow it. So from here till kingdom come, we will not allow it. We will not allow it. And we will preserve our society. No matter the cost that they want to impose on us, we will preserve our society and our culture. And it's something that we have to work together, and I feel very strongly about that we have to preserve this society and not fall into practices that destroy our societies. And that is going to be very, very, very important. So, I've told you what I have done as Vice President. As Vice President, I've been able to initiate and champion about 33 different policies as Vice President. Now I want to be President. I've also told you some of the ideas I want to implement as President. I want to focus on jobs for our youth, and that is a major area. But as I told you when I started, this election is a very different election. The two main candidates are from the north, Dr. Bawumia and former President Mahama. When the presidency leaves the north, after this round, it will take a long time for it to come back to the north. Isn't that the case? It will take a long time because there are 11 other regions who are also waiting. Isn't it? So it will take a long time. But if you look at it, John Mahama can only be president for 4 years. For 4 years, that's it. And he also says he wants to go on a honeymoon before he comes to start work. But he can only be president for 4 years. By the grace of God, Dr. Bawumia, I can be president for 8 years. 8 years. So if the presidency is actually coming to the north, do we want it for 4 years or 8 years? 4 years or 8 years? Let me speak Mampuruli to you. Tebola yumani be yumanasi. Tebola yumani be yumanasi. Tebola yumani be yumanasi. Tebor yumani to vote with Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia Francis Xavier Busia Baraka. Thank you so much. Thank you.